true architect of Spain's success is actually operating at the back. 19-year-old Pau Cubarsí just shattered Italian icon Paolo Maldini's historic record by registering 5 clean sheets in his first 5 World Cup matches. Think about that for a second. Paolo Maldini is one of the most revered defenders in the history of football, and it took him 7 games to reach that milestone. Cubarsí did it in 5. This kid from Estanyol, which, by the way, is a tiny village with a population of around 200 people, is literally rewriting the defensive history books on his very first try. No big deal, right?
But here's the thing. Cubarsí isn't just stopping goals. He's acting as a deep-lying playmaker, completely bypassing opposition lines with a freakish 96% completion rate on 449 total passes throughout the tournament. His group stage passing accuracy is just staggering. 98% against Cabo Verde, 99% against Saudi Arabia, and 98% against Uruguay. And we're not talking about safe sideways passes between defenders here. He is consistently slicing right through the first line of pressure, slinging long passes up to Yamal, and basically orchestrating Spain's entire possession-based system right from the back.
Former Barcelona coach Xavi Hernandez perfectly captures this unnatural calmness. He said, "When I watch him, my heart rate doesn't change." That is incredibly high praise. Whether he's making a decisive last-gasp block to secure a win against Uruguay or somehow evading a fierce counterpress, Cubarsí plays with the composure of a 10-year veteran.
Okay, Section 3. Surviving the Belgian test. Of course, every hero's journey requires a massive test. And for Spain, that test was this incredibly chaotic 2-1 quarterfinal clash against Belgium. Let's walk through it. In the 30th minute, Fabian Ruiz puts Spain ahead on a follow-up via a deflection. But then, just 11 minutes later, Belgium's Charles de Ketelaere scores, completely shattering Spain's famous clean sheet run. Moving into the second half, the momentum shifts drastically when Belgium's star goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois is forced off in tears with an apparent thigh injury. And then we get the grand finale. In the 88th minute, substitute goalkeeper Sen Lamens spills a 20-yard drive from Pau Cubarsí, which allows Mikel Merino to smash home the winner. Now, the psychological blow Spain took when their impenetrable wall finally cracked right before halftime, it was absolutely massive. When de Ketelaere nodded that ball past Unai Simon, it ended an astonishing run. Spain had gone 6 straight World Cup matches, dating back through previous competitions, and a whopping 649 minutes of football without conceding a single goal. I mean, it was the best ever run by any team. Having that wall crumble could have easily broken a squad relying on so many young players.
But they didn't break. Despite all the late drama and the narrative of a lucky error from the Belgian backup keeper, Spain's attacking pressure absolutely suffocated Belgium. Just look at the stats. They racked up 17 shots compared to Belgium's 5. And the expected goals, or XG, which is a metric measuring the overall quality of a team's scoring chances, tells an even starker story. It was 2.08 for Spain to a mere 0.37 for Belgium. They earned that piece of good fortune at the end because they were relentlessly forcing the issue and dictating the entire pace of the game.
And this perfectly illustrates that blend of youth and veteran heroics we've been talking about. When the teenage phenoms finally needed a bailout, the 30-year-old Merino reprised his super sub role to save the day. Get this, he is now the very first Spain player to ever score 2 winning goals in the 80th minute or later in World Cup knockout matches. He did it against Portugal in the round of 16 and then repeated the magic right here against Belgium. It just goes to show that while the youth provide the spark, the veterans are delivering those ruthless match-winning finishes. Which brings us to Section 4, the semi-final showdown. So this battle-tested Spanish squad now packs their bags for Dallas to face their ultimate challenge. They are entering Tuesday's clash against France, riding an absolutely incredible team record 36-match unbeaten streak. 36 matches. It's like they've practically forgotten how to lose. They're operating with a level of collective confidence that you really only get from years of unbroken success, and they're bringing all of that momentum right into the stadium against an incredibly dangerous French squad. And honestly, the stakes couldn't be higher. Not only is a spot in the World Cup final on the line, but legendary European football history is literally hanging in the balance here. Italy holds the all-time European record of 37 straight unbeaten matches. To equal that monumental achievement, Spain must go at least 120 minutes without suffering a defeat against France. So yeah, the pressure on this squad right now is truly historic. But despite the sheer magnitude of the moment and the strength of the French opposition, Lamine Yamal delivered this icy, confident message that tells you everything you need to know about this team's mindset. He said, if they should fear anyone, it's us. Wow, there is zero intimidation in this camp. There's only a fierce, unwavering belief in their own quality and the system that got them here.
So as you prepare for this monumental semifinal, you've got to ask yourself, is this unprecedented mix of fearless youth and timely experience finally enough to bring a second World Cup trophy back to Spain? Can they survive a world-class French team and secure their place in football immortality? It is going to be a fascinating clash of styles and generations for sure. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this gives you a whole new lens through which to watch the match.